A woman who came here to Gyeongbokgung, she was doing yoga on the wall. Then I said something that was so dumb, so stupid. So it just goes to show you that you can't act the same way. You can't expect the same things to happen in other countries as you would think in your home country. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Francois Marc. I am here in front of Gyeongbokgung Palace. This is the main tourist area here in Seoul. This is the main hotspot of all visitors when they come to this wonderful country and visit this amazing city. You can see there are tons of people walking in and out of the palace. There are people from Europe, from Asia, from Korea even, all over the world. People are coming to Korea to visit Gyeongbokgung Palace. This palace was started, I believe, in the late 14th century, about 1392 or 1395. I think it was King Sejong. So it's like the main cultural hotbed of Korea, in my opinion. You know, this place attracts a lot of attention, and a lot of foreigners come here, a lot of visitors come here. As I've said, you know, they want to dress in hanbok, they want to participate in all of the activities that are around the palace. So as there are so many foreigners coming to visit Gyeongbokgung, there haven't been very many incidents where foreigners come and they defame the wall or the grounds around the palace. People usually just come here, they relax, they eat, they take photos, they take videos, and they just enjoy themselves. And you can see around the palace, there's this huge wall. And this wall is like also a very touristy area. Like people come to the wall to take photos and to, you know, do videos, walk around the hanbok as we see here, these people, and just, you know, chill and relax. Seems like when a lot of tourists come here, they kind of understand the unwritten rules. Like, okay, if I'm gonna be here, I need to not make a mockery of the temple, or excuse me, a mockery of the palace. I don't need to, you know, act a fool. I don't need to draw so much attention to myself. I need to treat this place, this palace, this cultural heritage site with respect and dignity. So one of my subscribers sent me a post the other day, and the post was from the Korean Herald, I believe, and it showed a Vietnamese tourist, a woman who came here to Gyeongbokgung, and she was doing yoga on the wall. She was actually posing in a very controversial position on the wall of this cultural heritage area. And me, I'm just like, why would you come to Korea and do something like that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you come to the greatest tourist area here in Seoul, in a city of 20 million, even Korea, a country of 50 million, and risk having some negative impact to your life, negative impact to your image? So you can see in front of me here, there are some people taking photos on the wall. And excuse the background noise, they're doing like a demonstration. But this is like appropriate behavior here at the wall, just taking photos. And even touching the wall is okay. Oh my God, look at all these people. There's so many people. Woo, boy, I mean, if there are so many people, I think that would like really discourage me from wanting to do anything ridiculous and causing, you know, negative attention to myself. Oh my goodness, the weather is like spring today. It's so warm out here. Everyone's out like just having fun. It's so cool. Like Gyeongbokgung is a place to be if you're coming to Seoul to visit. Definitely want to come here, but definitely you want to come here and be on your best behavior. There's another way to get inside. I think you can get tickets from here. So I think there's like an area where you can just walk in. You don't really need tickets. I think this is it. You don't really need tickets for this part. But if you're going like deeper into the palace, you do need tickets. Yeah, just look how beautiful it is. So you can come here and have a picnic, lay in the grass, you know, wear hanbok, and just walk around the grounds. So I'm in an area now where you don't need a ticket. If you want to go like into the inner court area, you definitely need a ticket, but here you don't. And it's gorgeous. This is like the perfect time of year to come to Gyeongbokgung. Perfect. Well, this season in spring. On a serious note, I'm just thinking these days about why are there so many like people coming to Korea who think that they can just come and like do anything that they want. You know, you have Johnny Somali, and then you have this Vietnamese tourist who just, you know, come here and they think that they can like treat, you know, Korea like any kind of way. I mean, it's as if they have no kind of home training before they come here. Like Korea is a very liberal country as far as, you know, people leaving you alone and you being able to do like what you want to do within like certain parameters, of course. But as far as, you know, coming here, acting wild, being crazy, and, you know, disrespecting the culture, disrespecting the history, disrespecting the people in general, like all the people, the ancestors who came before, the current Koreans who have built the country, and all of the workers, all of the the common folks who are maintaining the country. And even the foreigners here. You come to this country and you're causing problems. You're disrespecting Koreans and their culture and their history. That doesn't bode well for the other foreigners who live here. Whoa, look at that. Look at all of the people, all the tourists, whether they're from the inner part of Korea or whether they're from different countries. Everyone's kind of just, doing their own thing and having fun, not bothering anyone. Like, this is how you visit a place. This is how you tour. You go to the place and you be respectful. You act accordingly. The saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Earlier when I was walking here, I saw a statue of King 𝐒𝐧 𝐒𝐽, and everyone knows King 𝐒𝐧 𝐒𝐽, but statue if you come to Seoul, if you visited Seoul. For the first time in 14 years that I've been coming to Seoul to visit, I saw police in their how can I say, SWAT outfits, like standing around the statue. I don't know if it's because there is a protest going on here, or if it's because of the recent activity with the Vietnamese tourist coming to Gyeongbokgung and doing her yoga pose. But it's like consequences of other people's actions affect other people. I want to go in there, but I'm running low on time. Yeah, so when I was reading the article about the Vietnamese tourist, it was saying how Gyeongbokgung authorities are now going to take preventative measures to to keep other tourists from doing the same thing and to protect the integrity of the cultural heritage area. I think that's a really good idea. Of course, you have the right to protect something that is so deeply treasured by all Koreans in this country, and even by foreigners who live here or foreigners who appreciate Korea from abroad. What kind of reverberating effects does this have for other foreigners or tourists who come here? So now, it gets to a point where it could be that there will be police officers stationed around the palace or inside the palace. One of the best things about visiting Seoul is that the police presence here isn't heavy, not heavy at all, and people respect Korean society for the most part. You don't have to worry about your wallet being stolen, your purse being stolen, or being assaulted in any form or fashion. I mean, that's like one of the mainstays of visiting Seoul or Korea. You come here and you know that you'll be safe and that your valuables will also be safe. But what happens when a few bad apples spoil the bunch and you have foreigners who come here? I don't mean to say like foreigners in a negatively stereotypical way, because I'm a foreigner too. So it's not like I'm making this huge delineation. Think about it, like seriously, if foreigners start coming here more frequently and causing disturbances like the ones that have been caused by Johnny Somali and this Vietnamese tourist, like it makes life for other visitors very, very bad. It makes life very uncomfortable and inconvenient. You can have police starting to roam the grounds. You can start having other foreigners believing that they can come here, or tourists who can come here and they can act a fool, they can do anything that they want. And it can cause some thoughts in the minds of Koreans. When they start seeing foreigners, they can have like this thought that, oh, foreigners aren't coming to this country and being nice. They're not cool as we once thought they were. When foreigners come, we need to grab our bags and we need to make sure that we hold onto our bags, or we need to like keep an eye out on them, because there's this possibility that they could do something that is not very acceptable here in our society. I mean, really, why would you come to a country and defame its cultural heritage site? That doesn't even like quantify in my mind. It's tantamount to a Vietnamese person or a Korean person or a European going to the White House, doing a yoga pose in front of the White House. What do you think is going to happen in America? Like, they're going to send armed guards out to get you. They're not going to play around with you. If you go to a place in Central Asia where they don't play games, like, if you do this kind of stuff, you're gonna pay a heavy price. There's going to be really big consequences. It kind of makes me feel like some people don't take Korea serious. And this is why I made a video earlier or recently about K-pop versus Korea. You come to Korea or you see Korea on the television and you see everyone having fun, listening to K-pop, enjoying that part of the culture of Korea. You also see K-drama and you think like K-dramas are fun to watch, they're full of emotions. It could give this impression that Korea isn't a serious place But Korea is a country just like other places. You know, I think also in America, we have this stereotype about East Asians. East Asian countries could be very soft. I mean, it's not true, it's a stereotype. And, you know, often stereotypes are not true. And most definitely in this case, it is not. There could be like this impression that, you know, if you come to Korea, you can do whatever you want. There are not going to be any kind of hard repercussions. Choices, your actions definitely have consequences for you, and they will have consequences for other visitors who want to come here or even to live here. Whoa. Look at this. This reminds me of a story I like to tell often. When I was in China once, I was coming from Kenya with my friend Peter. We were coming from Kenya. We went to China to change planes. I remember I had to go through customs again in China. So I went through customs like 3 times, and the process took like maybe 2.5 hours. It was crazy. It was stupid crazy, and just time consuming. Story short, I missed my plane, and I was directed to go to the international check-in counter in order to get a new ticket. But I was not happy at all. I remember when they told me I couldn't get on the plane. The plane was right there. It was there at the gate. But they said, no, we closed the gate. You can't get on. I lost it. I was like, just so angry. And I was like, how could you do this? Like, you know, I was actually on time. It's your customs who had the problems, blah, 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 blah. So I was hungry too. I was really hungry. I was really tired. I was thirsty, and my brain wasn't working properly. And the customer service guy said, oh, you have to pay for a new ticket. I'm like, why? Your customs, you know, caused me to miss my plane. And he was like, should have had a visa. And I said, well, you know, I checked on the internet and I could come into this airport, you know, visa free, because, you know, you have a 3-day transit visa. And then I said something that was so dumb, so stupid. And remember, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm not thinking correctly, but it was still not the appropriate thing to say. I didn't curse, I didn't throw my hands up or anything like that, but I said something that was so culturally insensitive that it haunts me in my dreams to this day. I said, if this were America, this wouldn't happen. I would have a new ticket and I would be on a plane. And you know what the Chinese gate agent told me? He says, sir, this is not America. I was like, so it just goes to show you that you can't act the same way. You can't expect the same things to happen in other countries as you would think in your home country. And there should be some kind of like cultural or ethical or ethics classes or something like that for people to take online before they go into like a new country. Maybe like a 10-point questionnaire that you have to fill out and submit before you buy a ticket. Just look at this beauty. Look at all this beauty. This is crazy. All these colors, all these leaves on the ground. The sun is shining. The weather is great. Just a really good place to be. So if you come to Korea, if you go to any country in the world and you visit, you're a guest, be mindful of cultural etiquette. Be mindful of showing not only that you're a well-behaved person, but that other people from your country are also well-behaved, because you will be identified with other people from your country. That's it. I just wanted to share some news from here in Seoul, in South Korea. Please be on your best behavior when you come here or when you travel to any place in the world. As adults, come on, that should go without saying. We should have some common sense. Anyways, love you guys. Take care, stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys always in the next video. Peace.